I didn't record. Okay, class, here we are. I want to go down and look at the criterion for grading. So just go down there. It's under communication. You see where it says criterion for course grade. Click that open. It'll tell you that all assignments are 10 points. Forums are worth 50 points. And there's mostly forums, so that's where you can get the majority of your grades. It's the most important part of your communication with me. This is how I know you're doing the reading. So forums, I think, will equal a total of 900 points. So midterms 100 points, finals 200 points. After a couple of weeks, I will put you in groups for the midterm. And then after the midterm, I will give you information as to what the final is going to be so you can work on that. The grading will be as follows. If you would like to receive an A, you must have 1,170 points up to the 1,300, which is the max. If you want to get a B, you must have 1,040 points, and that goes up to 1,169. If you want to have a C, you must have at least 910 points to go up to 1,039. All right, I understand from students from last semester that if you get a D, you may have to repeat it. You don't get credit for it, especially if you're on financial aid or a certain kind of financial aid. So the D is 780 points up to 909. So basically what you're looking at is you need to have a minimum of 910 points. Now all you have to do is look over to the left of the class page and there's a link that says grades. You click on that, it goes directly to your name. It shows you your current points, and it also shows you what you've turned in, the grade you've got for it, and what is still not turned in. If you've turned something in late and there's no grade for it, you have to notify me. There's 70 students in the class, and there is no way that I'm going to be checking all the time to see if anybody did the work. So if you turn it in late, it's your responsibility to make sure that you tell me that it's due, that it's been done, and which one it was. Don't just say I complete work. Tell me I completed the forum on wages from week 2. Please grade it. All right? And you can send it to Professor, Miss Maffei, Gosha, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm very comfortable with calling Gosha. We're all adults, and I usually call you by your first name, so I think that's good turnaround. All right, so then the last thing it says is that's how you can check that. So now go up to the top of that page. You want to slide all the way up to the top of the page, go to the breadcrumbs again, go from the criterion in the purple strip, go over to where it says topic 1, and then all the way over to labor studies 004. Click on that. Let's go back to the main page. When it goes back to the main page, which my computer is now being slow at doing, okay, you scroll down again. I want to really talk to you about the forums. All right, so you've seen the syllabus. I'm not going to go over that. Let's look at weekly forums. Okay, weekly forums. Click on that. So it does, as soon as you put your cursor over, a black line appears. That's when you click on it. All right, when you click on that, unless you have a slow computer like mine is right now in this hotel, it says each weekly topic chapter will have 1 or 2 forums assigned. The forums will require an analysis of the readings or other assignments. You may use the books, movies, or television programs and websites to gather information. But you must substantiate this. Again, I have in red, I hope you see, Wikipedia is not an acceptable resource, and you will not receive a grade if you tell me you got this information from Wikipedia. So, do not use Wikipedia. I hope I don't make you dizzy by what I'm trying to do here. So, next, each forum should be posted by Thursday evening by 11 p.m. And have at least 2 paragraphs in response to the questions and statements. 2 paragraphs. Those 2 paragraphs must have a minimum of 3 sentences. 2 paragraphs. If you don't give me 2 paragraphs, but you give me 1 paragraph with 8 sentences, that is not the assignment, and you will get a 0. You have time to redo it, so check your grades, but 2 paragraphs with a minimum of 3 sentences, and that's easy enough. Use what you learned in elementary school. You have a different topic for each paragraph. All right. After you complete the assignment, you are to view 2 other students' responses and give a minimum, that means you can give more, of 2 sentences of agreement or disagreement. Now that doesn't mean you say, oh, you did a really good post, I really like your work. Sorry, that gets a 0. You have to say why you agree with what they said and use something from the readings or the assignments or even your posting that will substantiate why you agree or why you disagree. And that's due by 11 o'clock on Saturday evening. And then Sunday starts the next week. Now I'm going back to the front page again, and I want to go down and look at the forum grading. All right, so we'll go down and we'll scroll to the forum grading. And forum grading, let's look at this. Forum grading. The grades for the forums are quite straightforward, it says, and it's in bold blue. And it should be easy to receive the top grades if you follow the guidelines below. Forum responses that do the following will receive 30 points. Address the question or statements posted, and it should be statements or questions. Add new information, thought, or idea to the question. Share your thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that agree or disagree with the question or thoughts. So not just really like, I really thought that chapter gave information and I think everybody should get better pay. That won't work. After you post your forum response, you have 2 other students' postings to address, and we just talked about this. They must be at least 2 sentences in less and must address that student's suppositions and either agree or disagree and inform why. Each posting to another student is worth 10 points. 1 forum, 2 postings equals 50 points. If you only answer the question with minimal information, you will not receive the full points. So please follow the guidelines. And only participants who contribute above and beyond average work will get all full points. So if you just do the 2 paragraphs with 3 sentences each, and they're decent, but they're not really thoughtful, they're not really insightful, they don't add a lot of information, you're not going to get the whole 50 points. You might get 20 points out of the 30 points and 7 or 8 points out of the 10 points, but you're not going to get the whole points. All right, this is, again, as I say, the only way that I know you're reading the work. All right? All right, so let's hear, and remember, do not say, I agree, I really like you, I enjoy your posts. You can say that, but please add more. Now, if you see underneath here, I've got required viewing before being able to access class assignments, etc. These must be viewed by August 30th, and I'm going to send that out to everyone no later than 11:30 p.m. So that is next Friday or Friday. And there you see the first one up there is the Mandatory Labor in America Introduction. You can see it's got like a little, looks like a globe on a piece of paper. That's a YouTube. You put your cursor over the Mandatory Labor in America, click on that, and you're going to get the video, the YouTube. And there will be several more. You will not be able to go on to the next doing the lessons without doing these. So you must watch these YouTubes in order to be able to go on to the next class. All right? Now, I already did the warnings about attendance, and I just want to make sure that you've got that really clear. So I think I'll go to the syllabus, and that should get us caught up to this one right now. Let me just click on the syllabus quickly. On the syllabus, you will see everything that we've been talking about, what we're going to be doing each week, what chapter we're on, what book you'll be reading, and it tells you about the assignments, and it tells you about the points, and then it says attendance. Only students who have been admitted to the college and are in approved active status may attend classes. Students who pre-registered in a class and missed the first meeting may lose their right to a place in the class. I am mailing that out to you. Students should attend every meeting of all classes. That means you have to come to the class at least once a week. You must log in, you must do a work, And if you don't do that for 3 weeks, you will be eliminated from the class. All right? So please do that. Come to class, put aside 1 night a week where you do 3 hours of your classwork, or read your work. And what's really important, and I often wonder why people don't think about this, but I guess I designed it, so why would you? Read the forum questions before you read the chapter. So have the forum questions sitting next to you. And as you read the chapter, when you come upon the answers or something that seems like could be answered, write it down. Now, most of the forum questions will have questions that are throughout the chapter. But if you're reading the chapter with the questions there, it's not difficult when you get done to respond to the forum. Now, I know most of you know this, but just in case, I just want to add that. Any little clue, because I love to see my students pass, and I love lots of A's, and it's really amazing how many students can get B's and A's, very few C's, and if you fail, you usually have failed from before midterm. So I'm really hoping that we have lots of A's this class and lots of B's. I don't want to see any C's and D's and fails. So do the work, contact me if you're going to have problems, and let's see what we can do to keep you in the game, all right? So let's see. To avoid being dropped from the class, students should contact the instructor, that's me, via the message center, or you can send me an email at mafeegosha@gmail.com. Students are responsible for dropping a class that they stop attending. If you drop a class, it doesn't get counted. If you fail the class, it gets counted. If you don't want to be in the class, drop the class so that you don't get held as a point down. All right. If the class is not dropped, student may receive an F in that class and be responsible for the enrollment fee. And sad to say, 3 people had that happen to them last year. So I would rather last semester it didn't happen to you. All right, you also see there's violations of the academic integrity, and there's the Americans with Disability Act, and I think I already changed the address on there. All right, so let's go back up to the top, and I will turn this off and upload this, and we will start someplace else. See you in the next one.